Hey, what's up guys, it's Joshua Dioya back from another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So first up, just scramble up the cube. And then here's the steps we're going to be using. So first step is to solve the white cross. Then just solve the white face, like that. Then solve the second layer. Then solve the top cross. Then solve the edges right here. Then solve the corners. So that they're all facing up. Then all you have to do is swap the corners to the right spots. So that's the steps we're going to be using. Now let me show you how to do them. So the first one, I'd recommend you just try it by yourself. It's very easy. You just have to do the cross and make sure your cross can not look like this. To someone just starting with a Rubik's Cube, this might look right, but it's not, because these don't match. These don't match. Good, these two match. They don't and they don't. But it have to match. It has to match everywhere. So to do the cross, you just, for example, this one, get him to here, just simple U prime. Then this one the same. Now if it's at the top and you want it down here, just two down. So if it's, so let's just take, instead of the one part of the piece is color, we're going to take where you want this whole piece to be at, and you want this piece to be, and just put this in. Okay, then just, you want this piece right here and white is at the top, then you just turn them down twice, like that. If it's up here and you want them down here but white is not facing up, you can move them or to the left or to the right. So I'm going to show both cases. So if you move him to the left right here, then left down, and then anti-clockwise, I think, then left up, which would be, so it will be U, if you know cube notations, it will be U, L, F prime, L prime. And then the right-handed is, we'll move them to the right, you move the right side down, the front clockwise and the right side up. So it would be, if you know notation again, U prime, R prime, F, R. So that is about all you have to know to make the cross. Then inserting the corners is pretty simple. So let me start off with the corner that's taken out. So you put the corner above where it has to be, and just remember you can't, it's the same as the cross. To someone just starting with the Rubik's Cube, this would look right, but it's not, because if you look, the layer is actually not solved. So there, now the layer is solved. So how you do that is by inserting the corners. So I'm gonna put the corner, so we have the white, blue, orange right here, and it has to go right here. So you just look about to the colors that's not white, blue and orange, and then blue and orange center. And then if it's between that, then just do the right side up. So put him at the corner, right side up. Then the upper face clockwise, then right side down, and the upper face anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise, that does not really do anything, but I'll show you why in a moment. So then it's in there. So if it's, for example, right here, then the white is here instead of here. So then you just do the same, but you continue. But if you just do this, no matter how long you keep doing it, the white corner is just never gonna end up being right here in the correct orientation. So you have to do the last move like that. And if you know notation, the algorithm is R, U, R prime, U prime. So that's how you're going to insert them. In this one, you will take this one. Okay, it's getting a little dark. Just gonna turn the light on. So there we go. Yeah, it's a little too bright. There. Okay, so this corner, you just insert them right here, so it's above the slot where it has to be. Okay, you just have to do them once now. And this one, he's at the right spot. Do him. And then this one back here, but he's not above where it has to be. So move him like that. Still not where it has to be. Now he is where he has to be. Then just move him down with the algorithm. And that's how to make the first, well, not really face, the first layer. So something like this, where the white is solved but this is not solved, that is called a face on one side. But something like this, where the white is solved and this is all solved, and I'm turning right now, is one layer. Now the second layer. So you're going to find a piece, so yellow and orange and green, and you're gonna, let's say it's right here, and just move them. Or this is not orange and green, this is orange and green. So now don't hold them like this, because when you insert them, it's gonna be flipped. So make sure that if you put them between that the colors like this have to match. So then you move him away, do left side up, upper face anti-clockwise, left side down, upper face clockwise, and then rotate them like that. Then right side up, then the upper face clockwise and right side down. So if you know notation, U prime, but let me just quickly check in the book with notation, I mean rotation. Okay, so it looks like it is, so you rotate it like that. Okay, so it's Y prime. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's notation, which is right here. And then, so U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U, Y prime, R, U, R prime, and then it's in there. But if it doesn't have to go down to the left, like for example, this one, and it has to go down to the right, then it's just move them away from where it has to be, so further away, there, and then right side up, upper face anti-clockwise, and right side down. Then you do a rotation, so you rotate him like that, with the white facing towards this white piece of the part of the corner facing you, and then you do U prime. Okay, no, wait. First upperface anti-clockwise, left side up, upperface clockwise, left side down. So again, if you know notation, it would be U, R, U prime, R prime, Y, U prime, L prime, U, L. So if you don't understand notation, so it's basically R is right, L is left, so U is up, D is down, F is face or front, B is back, then there's M is middle, S, I don't know what that is, E probably equator, I think, I don't know, but then you just look at, so the basic ones are, if it's R then it means it goes clockwise, R prime means it goes anti-clockwise, which is why right side up is R, but the left side up is not L, it's L prime, because if you look here, it goes anti-clockwise. So that's a little bit of notation. So that's about all you have to know to solve the second layer. Do the last example. So this one, so move him further away from where he has to be. Left side up, upper face clockwise, left side down. Wait, no, that's wrong. That's I did not see that blue part there. So move him further away from where he has to be. Right side up. So if you move him clockwise away, then it's right up and down. But if you move him anti-clockwise away, then it's left up and down. So clockwise and anti-clockwise. So what it is a clock goes like this around with time. So this is clockwise, and anti-clockwise is this, because it goes the opposite direction of what the clock goes. So move them further away, so you move them clockwise, so then it's right. So then right side up, then anti-clockwise, right side down, rotate, so the white corner, so this white part of the corner is facing you, then upper face anti-clockwise, left side up, upper face clockwise, left side down. And then the last example is just the exact same one, so doing with notation. U, R, U prime, R prime, Y, so Y, U prime, L prime, U, L. And there you go. Now the next step is to make the cross. If you just ignore the corners, it will be a cross. So the cross right here, so there's 3 different cases, each one using about the same algorithm. So the first one is if there's such a line like this, then put them like horizontal, then keep them at the top right here, and then do so the front clockwise, right side up, upper face clockwise, right side down, upper face anti-clockwise, and then front anti-clockwise. So then it would be notation, it would be F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Then you have this. Now the next one is if you have like this, which is like, if you hold them like this, it's like a V. So you hold it that it goes from the left to the center and up, the yellow, and then like that. But it's not always going to be like this, it can also be like this, where all the corners are there. But then I know an algorithm to just solve the whole face, but that's not with the beginner method. So this is what he looked like, I think. So it's the same, but instead of doing so it's F or U or prime U prime, but instead of doing it once and then undo that, you do it twice and then undo it. Then you have the cross here. And now the last case is we just have a dot. So then you can just any way you want to. If you face it like this, it will work. This it will work. Like this it will work, and like this it will work. So then all you have to do is just wait, that the lights are all right now. There. Alright. So anyway, you just do F or U or prime U prime F prime. Anyway, and then just this. But if you do it twice, you'll get a line like this. But if you just do it once, you'll get one of these. So that's all the cases to solve the yellow. So now what you're going to do is solve all the edges. Here it was lucky, so there and there the edges are solved, but let me just scramble the edges. So if you have an edge, you want to do this up until one edge is solved, but make sure no other edge is solved as well. And then you just have to make sure that there's no other corners, edge solved as well. And then so just take this one, red. Okay, now is solved. And then right here, just gonna quickly close my door. Okay, so once it's solved, then you're going to want to do right side up, upper face clockwise, right side down, upper face clockwise, right side up, and then just back. And then so if you actually look at what's happening, you just focus on this, then this is what is happening. You just take him out. Why is the quality so bad? Okay, just take him. Just gonna turn the light a little bit brighter. I think that's the problem. Okay, there. So then you just take this bit out, move him one away, and take him in with a U2. So if you know cube notation, it would be or U or prime U or U2. So most people, I don't know, it says U2, and U2 prime is the same, but if you look at how you finger trick it, U2 prime is better. Then just do it until all of the edges are solved. So there, all the edges are solved. Now the corners. Now here I can see it's going to be very lucky, because if all the corners, I can see they're all in the right spots. So you put the yellow at the bottom, and then you do that same algorithm for solving the white face I showed you. Then so right side up, if in case you forget, then upper face clockwise, right side down, and upper face anti-clockwise. So or U or prime U prime, and repeat that until it's at the bottom. But now instead of doing a rotation, do a D move to get him right here, and do the next one until it's at the bottom, and then the next one. Now that was a lucky one, so it's solved. I'm just gonna scramble it up, quickly get it to. So I'm gonna pause the video, get it to where we was, but not that lucky, and then it will be another example of how to solve the yellow face. Okay, we had the same one again. So corners, so put it at the bottom, and then do this algorithm until it's at the bottom. Do D until there's another one, until it's at the bottom. And I don't know how it works, but the white and second layer will just always be solved. So then don't rotate the cube like this again, just keep them like this. Then take one corner out by not doing the last counterclockwise with the upper face, just or you like that, and then move him. So look, it's a blue and orange, so find blue and orange, and then do or U prime R to insert him. Then this is blue and red, insert that, And then if there's no yellow piece here, just take one out. But you have to, if you used RU or prime to take them out, you have to use RU prime or to take them out. But if you used RU prime or to take the previous one out, then RU or to take this one out. And next one, and there, and just align it. And there it is. But there's one case at solving the edges, which is not that hard to figure it out, but it's not easy. So it's this one where just these two need a swap. So there is an algorithm that can swap just those, but then it swaps these, so don't try to learn that. So just do the same algorithm for that, and then just find an edge, and then there. Okay, so now that I showed you how to do it, that's an algorithm that I didn't learn advanced. So now that I showed you how to do it, I'm going to scramble it up and do an example solve, and then show you how fast it can be if you practice a lot. Okay, it's scrambled up, so the cross, so move this piece to the line there, this piece in, then this piece right here, move them to there, and then that algorithm to get them in. So it's right there, then insert like that, then the red right there, and then this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner, that is not in the right spot, there. And now this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. Both I'm left-handed, not right-handed. Alright, now this one, there's the cross on yellow, and now solve the edges, rotate the cube, and now solve the corners. Okay, now solve the corners like that, and there you go. So this is how fast you can get if you practice that method a lot. Now this is just the beginner method. I use CFOP, which is about the advanced method. So yeah, okay, so I've been cubing for 1.5 years now, I think, about 1.5 years, so I'm going to use a timer to show you how long it took me to do the beginner method. So this is not going to be the method I use, the beginner method. I'm going to inspect the cube and okay, so it took me 39 seconds, so 39 point, I don't think you can see the point, but it's 39.352. So not bad. If I use my method, I average under 30 seconds, so I'll do one solve for that method. (23.125 seconds). So not bad. So that's how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe and leave a like. You don't have to, but if you do, then I appreciate it. So see you guys in the next video, which will probably just be Rubik's Cube again. So it's either gonna be 3x3 to look OOL and BOL, and yeah, then that, and then full BOL, or just another cube such as the Mega Minx maybe, or maybe the 5x5. No, first the 4x4. So there you go. That's how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube.